This was the court proceeding where it became clear to everyone it's the beginning of the end for Lil Baby. Take a look at this.
I knew that John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
Shot has just been unmasked as Lil Baby's enforcer, allegedly handling the dirty work behind the scenes. But the real shock came when investigators revealed how deeply the two are connected. Explosive courtroom testimony exposed Jashot, identified as John Smith as the alleged trigger man. Atlanta Police Department's lead gang investigator, Marissa Viviverito, took the stand during a hearing tied to the Goodfellas gang case, and what followed left the entire legal world in disbelief. The proceedings revealed Jashot's direct ties to the 4PF crew, a set allegedly led by Lil Baby himself.
I knew that John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
This wasn't just a loose connection. Viviverito's testimony painted Jashot as a key lieutenant, someone with a direct line to Lil Baby himself. The courtroom was rocked when evidence was introduced. Private DMs that were never meant to surface, now exposed for all to see.
Okay, and what did that message consist of?
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word Jashot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
What makes this evidence even more explosive is how it was uncovered, not just found, but recovered from supposedly self-destructing messages meant to vanish without a trace. As one commentator put it, this wasn't just a leak, it was a digital resurrection.
Just a brief interruption. Being a criminal is so difficult, right? And I hope all you criminals and street users listening, bro. She just said that they recovered the messages that were sent in disappearing mode. Y'all be thinking that things like Snapchat and Instagram disappearing mode, those things are Fed-proof. They're not Fed-proof at all, bro. Being a criminal is so hard nowadays, bro. The messages that quote-unquote disappeared on Instagram for you is still being hosted. And they was able to pull the messages that was sent in disappearing mode, self-snitching, and use it to indict them on a refund. Oh, yo, the streets is cold.
But check this, the testimony only got more explosive. Investigators didn't just link Jashot to Lil Baby. They dropped evidence suggesting he was the trigger man, allegedly carrying out hits tied to 4PF operations. The courtroom was stunned when prosecutors introduced footage from a music video featuring Jashot filmed at the very locations where bodies were later found.
So the music video, is that something you've seen?
It is.
Where'd you see it?
I believe it was on the YouTube account belonging to Mr. Smith.
All right, permission to publish a brief clip of that video, Your Honor. Right.
We're going to play the video.
If you'll look at the monitor in front of you, is this the music video that you were referring to?
I'd have to see the title of it.
Jashot Who Want Problems music video?
Yes, that's one of them.
The title of the music video, Who Want Problems, hits way harder when viewed in the context of the testimony surrounding Jashot's alleged role in the violence. During the proceedings, prosecutors even pinpointed the exact block shown in the video, tying it directly to real-life crime scenes.
All right. And if there are certain shots of this video that are at the 1043 Spark Street location.
Yeah, one just flashed on.
This exact location matters big time. It places Jashot right at the scene of multiple violent incidents, creating a clear geographic and visual link to the crimes under investigation. But the most jaw-dropping moment came when wiretap evidence was introduced. Authorities played intercepted calls discussing Jashot's alleged role in putting in work for 4PF. According to Viviverito, these conversations mentioned tickets, a street term with a deadly meaning.
And what, in your experience, do you know what paints
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean somebody's head?
Like a bounty.
The testimony didn't stop there. It took a darker turn when those tickets, or bounties, were directly linked back to Lil Baby himself, suggesting he wasn't just aware of the hits, but possibly orchestrating them.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Taunt or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on his head.
Dominique Jones had one that had people on.
Correct.
Right, moving on.
This testimony paints a devastating picture. J-Shot allegedly acted as a shooter tied directly to Lil Baby, carrying out violent acts based on tickets or green lights that Dominique Jones himself is accused of placing on targets. It's the kind of direct link to bodies that prosecutors dream of in a RICO case. Lil Baby initially dismissed the allegations as cap on Instagram, but the revelation of J-Shot's alleged role, backed by hard evidence, could spell disaster. His legal team had previously labeled the police claims as complete and total nonsense. But now, with a named figure and concrete proof in play, the narrative is getting harder to deny. As one commentator put it, the implications are no cap.
I hope you rappers are listening. This is such an eye-opener. If let's say you have a homie, right? And your homie, let's say he comes around, he's repping Squad 4PF, but your homie has some side, and your homie's got homies of himself. If your homie gets killed by, let's say, his ops, and then your homies come back and kill somebody, and a gang war ignites, you are now the crime boss, even though you have nothing to do with whatever personal beef he has with those people, and his homies is involved. You are now automatically involved because he's in your entourage and you brought him around and he's in the music videos and he's around and he's begging for PF for the top. You are now involved. And they're going to include you as a gang leader and say that you are the catalyst for a gang war that had nothing to do with you. These people cold.
This commentary zeroes in on the exact threat Lil Baby now faces. With J-Shot allegedly acting as a triggerman tied to 4PF, any bodies he's linked to could ultimately be traced back to Lil Baby as the suspected shot caller. The explosive revelation of J-Shot's role, combined with hard evidence connecting him directly to Lil Baby, marks the strongest foundation yet for the RICO case authorities are reportedly building.
Who manages the Georgia Public Defenders Council specialized unit in gang cases. So the public defenders who handle the gang cases for gang members who can't have attorneys because they can't afford it.
Right.
The public defender office just said the office is actively preparing for racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF cases, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others.
The preparations by the public defender's office hint that indictments are looming, and with J-Shot's alleged involvement now exposed in court, those charges could very well extend to both him and Lil Baby, potentially framing them as part of a criminal enterprise. Now, let's dive into the specific evidence linking J-Shot to violent incidents. The shooter's paper trail is both extensive and complex, with court testimony confirming his presence at key locations, supported by surveillance footage and his own social media boasting.
He can be seen out there on Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. It's on the music video out there.
This testimony draws several key connections. J-Shot's presence at crime scenes, his direct link to Lil Baby through photos, and his documentation of these locations in music videos. It's a digital footprint that places him right in the thick of it, where bodies dropped. The music video evidence is especially damning, suggesting premeditation. J-Shot wasn't just randomly filmed at these spots, but deliberately created content there, which prosecutors could argue was a clear message to his enemies. The title Who Want Problems could easily be seen as taunting rivals. Beyond his visible presence, the recovered communications reveal J-Shot using disappearing message features to discuss sensitive matters. A tech choice that prosecutors may argue shows an awareness of guilt and a conscious effort to cover up criminal activity. For Lil Baby, the revelation of Jay Shot's alleged involvement is a legal nightmare. Under RICO law, shot callers can be held responsible for crimes committed by their affiliates, even if they didn't directly carry out the acts themselves. Exactly how police reports are reportedly framing the situation.
And
And
They want you, they
talk
want
about the shooting death of Trevante Turner, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you go all the way down, they talk about Lil Baby's music video shoot getting shot up.
Right.
And they listed 3 people were shot during the incident. And now again, and this is 4PF we're talking about, right? They said, and the gang leader,
I was just going to say, the gang leader, Dominique Jones, almost struck by gun.
The official designation of Lil Baby as the gang leader in police reports, coupled with evidence of Jay Shot's alleged role as a triggerman, forms the hierarchical structure prosecutors need to build a RICO case. If Jay Shot was indeed carrying out hits on behalf of 4PF and Lil Baby was the shot caller, prosecutors could hold Lil Baby accountable for Jay Shot's actions. The timeline strengthens this narrative. A May 2024 music video shoot in OP territory, followed by the June 29th shooting death of Trevante Turner, allegedly at the hands of 4PF associates, and the retaliatory shooting that killed 2 13-year-old boys on July 2, 2024. This chain of events creates a pattern of escalating conflict that prosecutors could argue is a gang war, with Jay Shot as a key soldier and Lil Baby as the general, calling the shots. To make matters worse, wiretap evidence reportedly captures discussions about tickets or green lights on individuals' heads, with Lil Baby specifically named as the person authorizing these hits.
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on his head.
If Jay Shot was putting in work based on these alleged tickets, it creates the direct command and execution relationship that prosecutors dream of establishing in organized crime cases. It's no longer just about association. It's about specific bodies allegedly ordered by Lil Baby carried out by Jay Shot. The evidence connecting Jay Shot to Lil Baby isn't limited to a few isolated incidents. According to court testimony, their association appears extensive and well documented.
If Jay Shot was carrying out hits based on these alleged tickets, it creates the exact command and execution dynamic. Prosecutors strive to establish in organized crime cases this isn't just about loose associations anymore. It's about specific bodies allegedly ordered by Lil Baby and executed by Jay Shot. The evidence linking Jay Shot to Lil Baby goes beyond a few isolated incidents. According to court testimony, their connection appears broad and well documented.